Good afternoon, everyone. We are Apsilon. I'm Kaho, and today my colleagues John and Timothy will be presenting to you our application, IPA. So please take a look at this video to get an idea of what we are doing. Okay, so what is my PA? My PA stands for My Personal Assistant, and it's every NUS student's personal assistant. It will help you optimize your note taking and your scheduling. It is also a social network site where we hope to bring the NUS community closer together. So, what's our rationale for this? While coming up with this idea, we brainstorm like some of the problems we face as a student. Like, for example, last semester, I took 5 modules, 4 of which had project work. And of course, this easily meant that I had 3 or 4 meetings a week. And some other students might even complain. They may have 6 modules, they may have CCAs, hall activities. And all this is quite difficult to schedule. There's also their studies that comes in and they may lose track of what they are doing. We also noticed that because of the minimal interactions in lectures and tutorials, classmates and schoolmates don't really interact with themselves that much. For myself, I usually hung around my own clique only, and we wanted to bridge this distance between students. Of course, when students help each other, we could create an archive of information that would not only benefit the present generation, but also the future generation of students. So, our application focuses on 4 main features: my scheduler, my campus, my studies, and my network. Okay. For my scheduler, we look at some of the existing devices that we could use to maybe create a timetable. And one of them was this, the unofficial timetable builder, where you drag and drop your modules there. Another more primitive method would be to, for example, write on a paper or take a picture of this, which so that it can be mobile and I know my timetable on the go. But there were still limitations to that. For example, if you had other events like mentioned earlier, CCAs, it could not be added into this, and I have to use a separate application just to remember it. Which is why we wanted to help students like store all this information in one place on the go. So this is what we have done. We have put it all together. Our application will automatically generate your timetable from IVLE, and you don't need to do anything, it's automatic. And you also could add your own events through this. So on the homepage, once you've added events, we'll show this. We'll show your next event, and show you the time and the location. You also can see your whole day's events by going to the next page. If you do click on the event, you will see on the left, on my right, there's like, you can see all the details. But if you click on the event location, it will pinpoint to you the exact location on the NUS map itself, as shown on the left. So this brings me to my next point, which is my campus. This is actually an enhancement of the original NUS map app. It was a brilliant app where you could find any location on NUS, and it also could give you like directions there, which is why we thought this would be very interesting in a social feature, social platform. As I mentioned earlier, you could show where your next location of your events are. It also could show you where, for example, you're checked in by your friends. So let's say you have a friend that's doing a tutorial nearby, and he checks in, maybe he wants to study with someone, and you have the option to go and join him, which sort of, we hope, would bring the community closer together. This map is also tied with Google Maps, so it's even more interesting because it does not restrict it to NUS itself, but you may have events that are outside of school, and you can schedule your events there and it will still show on the map. To feature for the next few features, let me hand over to John who will talk to you about it.
Thank you, Kaho. Good afternoon. I'm John, and I'll be talking about 2 features of our application, my studies and my network. When I go to my studies page, I will see all the modules which I'm currently taking. And if I click on one of the modules, Then I will see the module information, the announcements, the lectures, and assignments. If I scroll down, I will see my classmates. All of these features are currently available in IVRE, and we have it in our app as well. But we've gone further, so we have more. So we have more features than what is currently available in IVRE. The first feature that you'll notice is my notes. This is for students to add their own notes into the and file it together with the module through this create note button at the bottom. Later, Timothy will show us how this can be done to add photos or audio notes directly into the module. The next thing that you'll notice is when you click on an assignment. Normally in IVRE, what you can do with an assignment is just to download it. We've got more options. We can add it to our schedule. We can mark it as done. We can study with buddies. Before I go into the details of this, I'd like to explain the rationale. Currently, there's no way to keep track of what tutorials I have done or assignments I've completed. I can see whether I've downloaded it, but I don't really know if I have like 10 tutorials, which one have I done? So our application solves this. You can easily mark it as done. It goes further because you can schedule it so you know when you want to do this tutorial. You can also choose to study with buddies. So you meet up with a friend and do the tutorial together. So this utilizes it has the advantages of studying in a group. And here we can clearly see the advantage and benefits of integrating social and networking features together with IVRE. The next feature I'd like to talk about is a feature that is similar to what is existing in IVRE, which is the NUS forums. This is available in only some modules, and it's a very useful feature because students can discuss questions and answers and learn a lot more. But it's sad because not all the modules have this forum feature. So for our application, all the modules that a student is taking has a module group, and the student is automatically enrolled in that module group. So if you click on the module group, you can see the questions that other students have asked. You can ask your own question. There's also voting, so you can, if you see a question that has a lot of upvotes, you know that it's probably a question answer that has a lot of that's probably reliable because a lot of people agree with it. The next feature that I'd like to talk. Yeah, sorry. The next feature that I'd like to talk about is my classmates. Currently, in IVRE, you'll see the person's name and you can click on the person to email the person. That's as much interaction as you would probably get. With my PA, when you click on the person, you can choose to further the interaction by adding them as a friend. If you click, you can see more information that the person wants to post. It's not like Facebook because you have full control over what you want to post. There's no photo tagging that other people can tag you in. So you can keep it very professional. Your profile only has what you want to show to other people. And so you can further interaction by messaging and hanging out with the person. Yep. So we've seen through the other features that there is this social and networking features integrated, because we feel that there is a lot of benefit to networking inside NUS. And this is the My Network page, so you can keep in touch with your current network. The next page, you will be able to find other people in NUS who perhaps share the similar interests as you, or maybe in your same course. Yeah. So you can find other people by these categories. Okay, thank you. These are the features. Now I introduce Timothy, who will tell us more.
Okay, thank you, John. Before we show the app demo, let me explain a bit more of the technical stuff. Our app is a HTML5 app, and is built using HTML5 as well as JavaScript. And it can be further deployed as a native app using PhoneGap. And this allows it to target the major mobile phone platforms like your iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, and so on, as well as enabling it to access the phone's hardware devices to take, such as multimedia and photo taking, audio notes, and as such. Now, let me show to you how our web app is like. So this is the homepage of our web app. As you can see, it will show the current event in this next up widget. Currently, I'm having this presentation, so this pop-up comes out, so I can choose to dismiss or go and view more info about this event. So let me take you through the homepage first. In this view, I can see messages that I have, and I can see IVLE notifications. And this is actually grouped by modules. Like, for example, if I have new assignments, it will be shown here, as well as friend requests and event requests will be shown here. So under my feed, I can see the posts and check-ins of my friends, and I can choose to comment on it, and so on. So now let me go through the scheduler feature. For example, this is a private event that I'm currently having. If I click on it, I can see this info, and I can see where its location is if I happen to be lost on campus and I need the directions. So I can see this is NUS Global Classroom. I can get directions. So we currently support walking and driving directions from Google Maps functionality. And for example, if I have to drive, I can find which is, it's too close to see for this example, but yeah, there's only one step. And other things I can see is like check-ins of my friends. For example, my friend here has just arrived in the morning, and I can see what he does. Yeah. I can also search for places. And this, we have archived all the NUS venues, such as lecture theaters. So these will all come up if I happen to need to find them on campus. Other than NUS places, I can also use Google Places to search for locations and addresses. Apart from our map feature, I shall go to my studies next. So this will show all the modules that I'm currently taking. And if I go into a module, I can see the course info, choose to go to a module group, see IVLE announcements, as well as the material on IVLE. As before, I can choose to mark it as done or remove it. And I can see my notes. An interesting feature is this create note feature. So I can choose to create a note. I can upload files as well as sketch. So this is good for users who are using mobile, since they can easily jot down notes. For this web app version, I have only the sketch here, but on my phone, I can show you the other features such as video taking, camera taking, as well as audio notes. So for this sketch feature, it's a simple sketch application that we have incorporated, where they can draw whatever, and they have some basic options such as undoing, redo, so on. So now let me show you the application, how it looks like on our mobile phone, so that we can demonstrate those features.
Sorry, before you do that, can you click on the screen left, that down arrow, all the other scheduler, studies, what's network and files?
My network, as previously described by John, is for them to find friends.
Okay.
So they can do a filter such as similar
What's
faculty
files?
course. Sorry?
What's my files?
So for all uploaded files, the user can access it here.
Okay.
He can see it.
Can you go back to the home screen? So from this screen, I know I can get to the scheduler. Are there other things that I can do? I can see custom location. So if I click on central library or custom location, I get to the map, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brings you there.
Let's go back to the home again.
Oh, another feature that I failed to mention is this search. It allows you to search for people, friends, group, as well as questions that people have asked. So
Okay.
if you type it in, you can find all this.
Go back to the home page, please.
Okay.
Click on home. Okay, so from here I can get to the scheduler, and I can get to the location, the maps, and I can click on somebody's name to get to my networks as well. Is
To
that
see
right?
his profile. If you
To
click
see his
this,
profile.
yes.
And let's have a look at the profile. Okay, very nice. So you can see where I'm getting at from here. You've got a lot of features in there which are fantastic, but nobody wants to see all these menus and drop downs. If from the home screen you can get and access all these features and it feels natural, that's a big advantage because everything is seamlessly part of the same app.
Yes.
If I have to go around clicking all these menus, the rest of the stuff, it's not relevant at all. If I have to look for my assignments through the files, by going to my files, I'm probably not going to use it.
Yes, correct. We made a lot of effort to interlink this feature so that it can be accessed through this way.
Okay. Well, as you go through the demo on the physical device, maybe you can take us through these use cases that focus on using the app rather than by describing individual features and functions.
Okay. So this is the home screen. Sorry, give me a moment.
That's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
So from the home screen, let's say if I want to make a post, I can choose the post. So the hardware features I was talking about is this photo, video, and audio nodes. This will access the phone's native photo capture, video capture, and audio capture app so that the user can do it. So let's say, example, I take an audio node. So this calls up the app's, the phone's native feature, so I can record and use this recording. So it then appears here as an attachment, and you can actually play back to hear it. The same goes for the photo and video as well. So to make a post, all you need to do is actually just post it here.
And these posts are unique to this app, or does it go up to the IDLE forum on the web?
It currently posts to the database. It doesn't go up at this stage.
So only other users of this app can see it.
Yes, correct. So as for the notes feature, yes, the same capabilities. You can choose to sketch, upload photo, and so on. Sorry. Yeah.
One of the ways we've also linked it is from the home page because it knows your timetable. So it knows if you're currently attending a lecture, for example, 1231, then you click on, it will have a link on the home page itself. They can click on it and goes directly into that this module page. So you can upload the note directly to that module from the home page.
Okay, or I can download the relevant course notes.
You go into the module group. You can go into the module group. Yep.
So if I save a note, it will be under my notes here. So a social feature we have enabled is the share note feature. I can share this note with my friends who's taking the same module, and he will be able to see it in this app as well. So this helps to promote sharing. So from here I can also access module group. Oh, currently this module is empty. Let's see. Another group is, let's say, as mentioned before, groups, we can make posts, group posts, as well as ask a question. And then people can answer these questions. and they can be upvoted or downvoted as well.
So besides the announcements, is there any integration with the existing IPLD forums? I know you told me I can't post what I post stays in the app, but does it download stuff from the
Forums. We currently didn't integrate with the forums yet.
Okay, no integration with the forums at all?
Yes.
Okay.
So the feeds come from your friends or your network and what they've been doing on this application,
Yes,
right?
correct.
This application is running on iOS? No, wait.
It's a web app,
Oh, it's a web app.
HTML5 and yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's, it can be easily ported over to several platforms.
Okay.
So what are the other devices you have tested on?
I don't have an Apple key, so I'm unable to create this phone gap app for Apple. So I've only tested it on this Android device.
Oh, okay. Does it look the same when you test it on, let's say, a Android tablet on a big screen device? Does it look the same?
Yeah, yes, it will look the same like if you use a screen, because it's using WebKit, so it just appears, renders
Right.
it the same.
Is it live on the web?
This current web app is live.
Oh, okay. So anyone with a computer can go into the website and have a look?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Login is through IVLA login, right?
Yes, you have to register an account for this, and you have to authenticate with IBLE so that we can retrieve all the relevant information from there, such as the timetable, since it's all automatic, and modules as well. The user doesn't have to manually key in all this stuff.
So you have to create a separate account for this app.
Yes.
So it's server-side login.
Yes.
Okay.
So the study with buddies feature,
Yes.
why would I use that? Like just to kind of play devil's advocate a little bit, like why would I use that instead of just SMSing or just going and meet with them? Like what benefit does it serve?
Oh, if you use this feature, you can invite more than one friend, and you can actually tag the location to a certain place in NUS since you have registered. Let's say Starbucks or maybe some other classroom that we have booked in advance that we want to use. And then it also makes updating this location easier, especially if you're starting with a group of people. And let's say if you suddenly decide to change, you need not SMS everybody, they can just view the latest update on this application.
And will they be notified upon change?
Notified change. I can't remember whether I included that feature, but there's a notification feature for event invite. I'm not sure whether update there's this feature, yes.
So I can download and view my assignments for class as well, right?
Yes, correct.
Show that feature again. Can I annotate on top of the assignments?
No.
Or lecture
Current-
notes? I can download lecture notes as well, right?
Yes, let's say for this module,
I see. In this case, there's no lecture notes, just one
there's an
assignment.
assignment, yeah. So when you click it, from here you can
Yeah.
download the file.
Yeah.
It just downloads straight to the phone.
Okay. Very good.
And your question Q&A portion comes under which? It comes.
As in, you mean group, under groups that you can ask a question, right? It's separated into each group. So let's say I ask a question in this module group, Apples 2-3. So all those taking this module, they'll be able to go to this group page and see all the questions there and answer it.
Where is it? Can you show it? I'm sorry. I'm a bit lost there.
So for
Oh, so you go into your groups.
And these groups have been created according to modules, but I see I can also create groups and just add random friends.
private groups.
Okay, private groups,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Can you post questions to everyone?
Everyone, that will be
Public.
on I created a public NUS group where all the users will be automatically added to. So if you post there, that acts as a public forum for all the users.
Okay.
Yeah.
From me.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly say that I really like your app. It's it's really a PA that you've gone through a whole IBLE client without once mentioning workday, for example. So I can see that this is actually very useful. As I commented earlier, and you've seen the questions from the two of us especially, I think the interface might need a bit of work. There are too many menus and sub-menus and stuff like that, so nobody can really get an idea of the features. And you've done a good first step with the home page, but if you can find some way to completely remove the menu and yet make all those features still accessible, as you've done with the Maps feature, I think you have a winning app that everybody will use it just because it's the easiest way to manage your life on campus.
Thank you for the feedback. Okay, let's conclude. So this side. Okay, to conclude with the features, our app allows the user to study smart, organize their time on campus well as network better. And all these features are tied together with social and sharing features to promote sharing between the NUS community. And this is represented to the user in a social context relevant to the user itself, and also having a graphical map interface which allows easy access for the user on the go. So we hope that this app will improve the quality of learning as well as user experience for the NUS student on campus. Thank you.